Oaken is a turn-based roguelike strategy game taking place in a fantasy world known as the Great Oak, a land inhabited by spirits. A pestilence has spread across the many branches of this world, damaging the oak song, a voice that keeps the peace. This has resulted in the spirits becoming tainted. It is up to you to save them. You play as the Lady, and are tasked with fixing this calamity with the help of guides, unique spirits filled with wisdom and equipped with special abilities, all the while saving whoever you can along the way. How you go about your journey is up to you, which is where the game's roguelike elements come in. I'm going to be upfront from the get-go. The reason why this video is short is because I didn't finish the game. In all honesty, I didn't really like it. Still, I spent some time on it, so I want to make a video on it regardless. I'm going to go over my reasons for disliking it, but I will also talk about the things I liked as well. Let's start off with the good. Oaken is filled with charm. From a world-building standpoint, it may be by the books, but the spirits you come across are colourful and filled with character, both visually and narratively. One small thing I appreciate is that the main character, the Lady, isn't very bright. She'll wander off and get distracted by things, thus leading her into trouble. I don't know why, but it's something I admire, and it's amusing to see. As for the guides, I only met a few, but they were all distinct, especially Aya, who I interacted with for most of my playthrough. As far as the game's story goes, it's far from omnipresent, instead favouring a more scattered approach. Alas, what I saw was serviceable. Visually, it's vibrant, and although it's not teeming with different environments, locations stand out and are pretty to look at. The designs of all the spirits were probably my favourite aspect of the game. They each catch your eye and are easy to tell apart most of the time. Pretty much everything I have about its presentations I have no qualms with whatsoever. How it presents itself both as a fantasy world and as a roguelike is spot on, especially on that last part. I often struggle to get invested in roguelikes, but Oaken does a really good job of making it easy to get to grips with. And as far as gameplay is concerned, it can be a really fun game. There were periods where everything was smooth, and I just had a good time playing. It's one of those titles that is easy to learn but hard to master. There's quite a bit more underneath the surface that you pretty much have to figure out on your own, but I liked that. In terms of how it plays, it's essentially a card game. You have a hexagonal board that you can place units on and move them around every turn. Units have to be angled a certain way in order to attack an enemy, so how you position them is very important. You have your main unit, the Lady, who must be protected. If she dies, it's game over. Alongside units, you have spells. These can be offensive and defensive, but they cost the same currency as summoning units, so you must use them wisely. Your goals in a match will vary, but usually you must defeat all enemy units to achieve victory. Outside of fights, you can find wisps that allow you to upgrade your units in different ways. You have a deck of cards containing your units and spells, and you can find more of these depending on which path you want to take. You're given a bit of freedom in how you want to go about things, in terms of which way you want to go and what spirits you want to have in your collection. But unfortunately, Oaken has a tough time keeping itself together, and a lot of that is due to poor balancing. The difficulty spikes this game has are insane, and a lot of them aren't exactly fair either. Feel free to take all of this with a grain of salt. I don't typically play games like this, but when you get severely punished on the easiest difficulty, there's something there that's worth calling out. Some fights you just get barraged with enemies that completely swarm you in a matter of 2 turns, sometimes fewer. There are plenty of instances where you lose all of your units basically straight away. You can summon new ones next turn, but they can't attack on the turn they are summoned, meaning they can only counter and then die pretty much immediately. What makes things worse is that when your unit dies, you can summon it again, only if you do, it will become fatigued, meaning it won't be as helpful. Once this happens, it feels like a lose-lose situation. Then you die, and you get one chance to do it again, fail again, and well, you restart your whole playthrough. On easy difficulty, you just restart the whole chapter. I got to the end of chapter 2 and I had enough. It turned the game into a drag that I was losing interest in more and more. If it weren't for these difficulty spikes, I would have probably finished it. But because there wasn't anything to hook onto, only a superficial story and a tiring gameplay loop that was turning repetitive, there was no reason for me to complete it. It's a shame because there is a fair bit to like about Oaken. It has a lot of charm, but it gets absolutely battered by its gameplay hiccups. Alas, I see people in the reviews saying the game is too easy, so maybe I just need to get good. Nevertheless, if you enjoy this sort of thing and want to give it a go, do it by all means, just maybe on a discount. It wasn't for me. I don't intend to do videos like these very often, but regardless, if you want to see more videos about indie games, then be sure to subscribe. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.